Ach, das wollte ich nicht.
I'm Chairman Rockwell, and I'm here to address a serious issue facing us. As you all know, our colony has been successful beyond our wildest dreams. Unfortunately, we've recently discovered that our food supply will not be able to sustain Halcyon's population in the long term. Everyone will die. Everyone will slowly stop living from malnutrition. But we're doing it together, and that's what matters. I fucking swear, if someone doesn't give me something to read that will placate the masses soon, all of you will find yourselves violently unemployed. But I can assure you there's nothing to fear. We've got a solution. It's called the Lifetime Employment Program. We will freeze most of the colony to preserve resources, while the best and brightest of Byzantium continue living in prosperity. Look, you idiots! How many times do I have to tell you we can't say shit like that? Fire whoever wrote this! While Halcyon's brightest minds solve the problem of our nutritional shortage, the rest of the colony will be placed in suspended animation. Individuals will be revived on a rotating basis, so that every Halcyonite can be part of the important work of saving our colony. By testing paperweights. Sorry, couldn't resist. Let's go again. And someday, in the not-too-distant future when we've solved this crisis, we'll all be back together again working for the good of Halcyon. Until then, the board shall provide for the deserving just as it always has. So, obey your supervisors, take your vitamins, follow your corporate-mandated grooming rituals, and rest assured with the board on your side, there is nothing to worry about.
Masse, aha. Echte Nahrung von ist weiterhin rückläufig. Egal wie viel sie essen. Aha. Der andere 9 Konzerne proben ihren wieder den Aufstand wegen ihrer Anteile. Aha. So, was haben wir jetzt hier? Weswegen hat das jetzt hier? Nein. Beschaffe. Eins. Aha. Also die Nahrung, die sie hier erzeugen, ernährt die Leute nicht. Wenn ich das jetzt richtig verstanden habe. So, jetzt haben wir das hier erledigt. Und nun? Wo sollen wir denn jetzt hin? Region? Das ist da draußen. Da. Wir müssen nicht wieder raus. Würde ich sagen. Hier ist nichts weiter. Da ist ja zu. Ich will nur gucken, was passiert. Kann ich nicht knacken. Gott. Und wenn 150 stehen würde, wird es auch nicht gehen. Bin ich überzeugt. Ja, da möchten wir hin. Nicht noch. Oh, so, raus hier. Büroangestellter. Ich soll hier aber hin. Für Akkuratheit und Moral. Ja, wir haben uns ja so einen Schlüssel gedruckt. Was ist das hier? Guten Tag.
I think I'm gonna start taking my lunches out in the city.
Was ist das hier?
That scientist? The one who's been hounding the clerks?
Denn kommt rein!
They're all pretty unpleasant. What do you think?
Ich kann doch nicht klauen.
Best not to ask. Remember that?
Na endlich!
Emily, she found a badge, one rock, and went down to return it.
Endlich mache ich mal was. Aha. Eine Angestelltenbeschwerde. Ich wollte jetzt nicht lesen. Hi.
Got your paperwork squared away?
Wir haben es geschafft. Ich weiß nicht, ob das richtig ist, aber es sieht gut aus. Scheiße. Ja, die versuchen hier Essen zu erzeugen. Oh, wir schaffen es gerade so, glaube ich. Ich bin enttarnt. Ich glaube, gleich gibt's Stress.
Huh? Huh? Hold! No visitors allowed, citizen. I'm gonna need to see some identification. What? That's what I asked you. That's what I asked you. That's what I asked you.
Ich hab sie nicht.
What was that? Nicely done. This area is for authorized personnel only. You're not supposed to be here. All right.
Der mir nicht vom Pelz hier.
I guess that's what I was wondering. When you put it that way, it does sound pretty unlikely.
Ist mir egal.
Still, you should go. I don't think the other guards will be as rational about this as I am.
Wo müssen wir denn jetzt überhaupt hin? Ich sehe hier gar nicht mehr da unten. Da. Da müssen wir hin. Oh. Wo ist denn jetzt? Ich habe doch die Konsole eben gesehen. Oh, hier? Ja, dann... Wir brauchen das. Aber wir müssen hier wieder raus. Gott sei Dank. Ich habe sie getötet. Aber ich weiß nicht, ob es reicht, wenn wir nur 26% mitnehmen. Ich will hier weg. Bloß raus hier. Ja, mach's gut, Doktor. Ich habe das nicht gesehen. Entschuldigung. Das war gerade ein wenig aufreibend. Ja, bis zum nächsten Mal, ne? Und eine schöne, gute und erholsame Nacht, hoffe ich. J war das, ne? Kehre zu Phineas zurück. Aha, dann können wir ja mal eine Schnellreise probieren. Auf mein Schiff annehmen. Ja, ich brauche aber eigentlich Geld. Und so viel Zeug habe ich jetzt auch nicht. Ich könnte die eine Waffe noch einlagern. Die hier. Und die hier auch, damit ich die nicht aus Versehen verkaufe. Hier sind die guten Sachen drin. Und bei den Klamotten, den WK habe ich drin. Genau. Diesen schönen Anzug werde ich noch reintun. Den hier. Den. Und warum ist das so? Eine Apostelausrüstung. Aha. So, das haben wir erledigt. Jetzt müssen wir zu Phineas. Nein, da lang.
You have a message from Adjutant Sophia Akande.
No one ever looks quite the same in person as they do in my reports. And my reports of you have been exceptionally thorough. You've had quite a career. I've been keeping up with you ever since Emerald Vale. Now that was an interesting piece of work. A rundown backwater, barely worth the ink on a map. Until you showed up. You walked through Edgewater and in your wake transformed it from a loyal company town to a haven for dissidents. I'm actually a little impressed. All this happened because some mysterious stranger fell out of the sky. Not always. For the longest time, I could never be sure if you were on our side or against us. You should be back on the Hope, frozen in a hibernation chamber. Yet here you are, flying about in a stolen ship, leaving a trail of paperwork in your wake. The board doesn't know what to make of you. But I do. I've seen your potential. There's so much we can do for this colony. You have something I want. I'd like to negotiate.
Was denn?
Phineas Wells is wanted by the board. I want to convince you to turn him in to us. He has a litany of charges against him. Vandalism, illegal experimentation, sedition. I could go on. Wells is a dangerous madman. His plan is going to endanger everyone in Halcyon. He's an obsessive psychopath. And he's using you. You're in contact with Wells. I want you to send us a tracing signal from his communication terminal. You are making a serious mistake.
Nein, der Phineas.
Adjutant Akande's call has been terminated. Will there be anything else, Captain?
Nein, 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 nein.
We've arrived at Phineas's orbital lab. If you don't mind my saying, Captain, Minister Clark is lucky to have you on his side.
Das finde ich auch. Wir nehmen den WK mit. Und Ellie, falls ich was Technisches brauche. Ich weiß es nicht genau. Das geht immer schön schnell, ne? Phineas! Hallo! Falsch. Ich muss hier lang. Ich sollte dich verraten. Und eigentlich müsste der Doktor hier sein. Oder die Doktorin, die wir gerettet haben. Ich sehe, er ist hier allein.
I've kept myself busy in your absence, optimized my formula. I'm now confident I can revive the remaining colonists. All I need now is the dimethyl sulfoxide. I'll take as much as you can give me. What? Oh, yes, well, that's obvious. Anyone with 2 working labs can see this colony's slouching toward oblivion. Why do you think we've been doing all this? I revived you to help me save Halcyon from annihilation. Hold on. Let me see if I understand this correctly. You're saying that Halcyon's on the brink of total collapse? And the chairman's plan to save all of us is to save himself? I always knew Halcyon was heading toward a systems collapse, but I never imagined we were already there. The board made this crisis, and now they want to solve it by freezing the rest of us? That's not a plan. That's a goddamn escape clause. That makes 2 things we don't have. Time and chemicals to revive the other settlers.
Ja, Phineas, wir können die aber nicht
None of
ernähren.
this was supposed to happen. I was supposed to revive the Hope's colonists. We were supposed to have enough time to solve the problem before we all starved. Human test subjects. Oh, that's grotesque. That's unthinkable. That's exactly what I'd expect out of the board. Thank you. You've brought me enough chemicals to get started, at least. I'm just sorry they came at the cost of human lives. Those poor people, they must have died in agony. What exactly was the board trying to accomplish?
Wissenschaft.
You say the board's trying to freeze their subjects over and over again without inflicting permanent damage? Well, they're nowhere close to solving that problem. I'll tell you this much. The board scientists are hopelessly lost. After years of fruitless experimentation, they've made exactly 0 progress. We're out of time. We're out of chemicals. We may very well be out of options. If the board has their way, we're all going to be spending the rest of our lives frozen in stasis. Do you realize what this means for the Hope? For your fellow colonists? The board's going to kill them all. Toss them out into space, just to make room in their hibernation chambers. Short of lining up every member of the board and shooting them in the back of the head. Do you know what's waiting for us on the Hope? Scientists, engineers, artists, the brightest minds Earth ever sent us, uncorrupted by the board. The board's going to dispose of them all and transform the Hope into a prison for the rest of us. They're likely on their way to the Hope as we speak. We need to get to those colonists before the board. I have enough chemicals to start reviving a few of them, but no easy way to get them off the Hope.
Ich mach das mal.
Merciful gibbering law, you're a
Ich bin ein
genius.
Genie. Das stimmt.
We bring the Hope to us. Skip the entire ship across the distance of colony space, right next to my lab. You're a step ahead of me, but I perceive the shape of your plan. If we link up the Hope to the Unreliable, then use your navigational computer to calculate a reasonably safe vector, we can skip the entire colony ship into the rings of Terra 2.
And that's going to work, without killing us in the process. I thought intra-system micro-jumps were prohibited for a reason.
Yes, there's always a risk of a catastrophic collision between the Hope and, say, Terra 2, in theory. But you'll be fine, provided your calculations are correct.
I've got a healthy disregard for personal safety, but this sounds crazy, even to me.
Your instincts are correct. By any reasonable definition of sanity, this plan is crazy. Isn't it wonderful? You'll need to switch on the Hope's auxiliary power using the Unreliable. Then head to the bridge. Your navigational computer, Ada, should be able to activate the Hope's skip drive. Once you've skipped the Hope next to my lab, I'll have easy access to the frozen colonists. I can start reviving them immediately. I know you're wondering
Ja, was soll ich jetzt hier überlegen?
why I believe the people on the Hope are the answer to the colony's problems. The Hope is carrying some of humanity's most brilliant...
Ja, das hast du schon 1000-mal gesagt.
Scientists, engineers, experts in their field. If we work together, we can still find a way to save Halcyon. The board would have us believe Halcyon is beyond saving.
Der mag mich
I
nicht.
choose to believe otherwise. If there's even the slightest chance we can save Halcyon from oblivion, then we have to take it.
Ich bin 30. 30. 30. Cool. Nahkampf. Ja, ich bin da ganz schlecht. Schloss knacken. Dann machen wir hier 2, dann sind wir hier auf 90 und hier 3, dann sind wir auf 55. Ich habe noch 5 Punkte. Medizin, Technik. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wenigstens ein bisschen. So. Dann haben wir noch einen Vorteilspunkt. Das kann man nie im Leben schaffen. Wie soll man das schaffen? Das brauche ich nicht. Ich sollte das hier mal einsetzen. Das habe ich nie gemacht. Ja. Ich bin zäher. Hier kann ich mehr tragen. Achso. Ellie hat einen Punkt. Was kann sie hier machen? Und der Vikar hat auch einen Punkt. Der kriegt das auch. So. Was sollen wir jetzt tun? Tagebuch. Eingehütete Reise zu Hope. Lande mit einem Schiff in der Nähe der Andagstation der Hope. Zur Hoffnung. Denn die starb zuletzt. Ob es sowas mal irgendwann geben wird? So riesig, so groß? Ich würde das faszinierend finden. Und das gerne noch sehen und erleben.